So as we all know, June went by and there was no big June Direct. And I'm pretty sure the world almost ended because of that. Yes, we did see a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct and a Partners Direct showcasing third-party games coming to the Switch, but that isn't quite the same as the hype and excitement that a true Summer Direct brings. At the start of the summer, I was thrilled to see what Nintendo had cooking in the oven for this year and the next, but by the end of June, that excitement was burnt to a crisp. So today's video, I'm going to be doing things a little bit more differently than the rest of my videos. Today I want to share my thoughts on the route that Nintendo has taken this summer, and maybe give you a different perspective than what the internet is screaming. If you enjoy listening to me speak my mind on the current state of Nintendo or specific Nintendo games, let me know in the comments. There is a lot to say. Now this whole Nintendo debacle can all be traced back to the cancellation of E3. Due to the COVID pandemic, E3 was completely virtual in 2021, and this year they decided to straight out cancel it. They did clarify that they would be back in 2023, but for us Nintendo fans, that kind of raised a lot of questions. Why so? Well, Nintendo's Summer Direct and E3 go hand in hand like a blue shell and the person in first place. So now that E3 wasn't going to happen, where did this leave the Summer Direct? Everyone kind of just assumed that we would see a Summer Direct sometime in June since it's been happening for the past 10 plus years or something. People speculated that Nintendo would just transition to the Summer Game Fest and showcase the Direct there, but that didn't happen. After the Summer Game Fest schedule was announced and no Nintendo was seen, fans, myself included, assumed that it would happen sometime in the second week of June, because again, that's what always happened. Although I believe it's never a good thing to assume things because the possibility of you being disappointed are regularly very high. I think it's fine for us to have our assumptions on when an event may happen. It keeps us interested and captivated for when the day comes. But, and this is a big but, then the quote-unquote leakers started to make their announcements. First, it was scheduled for June 15th, I'm pretty sure on no basis rather than pure speculation, and people ate it up. Again, myself included. Days leading up to the 15th, I would literally check Twitter at 8 and 9 in the morning in hopes that Nintendo would make a direct announcement. But nope, nothing of that sort occurred. And that, my friends, is when it all started going downhill. These so-called leakers would just pull out new dates, and those dates were again incorrect and people got upset. But not as upset as when the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct got announced. Oh man, were people livid. I wouldn't necessarily say I was upset by the Xenoblade 3 announcement, but I was puzzled. I just didn't understand why Nintendo was doing things the way they were doing. The next day, after this announcement, my wife and I met up with some friends for a pleasant evening meal, cause that's what old people do nowadays. And a good buddy of mine just looked me straight in the face and he tells me, "Bro, did you see the Xenoblade 3 Direct and the special edition?" And that's when it hit me. My friend was hyped for this. For him, Nintendo was on it and bringing down straight fire with Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And I'm pretty sure that's the case for a lot of Xenoblade fans. From what he has told me about the games, I've never played one myself, maybe I should eventually. They all have a deep story, great characters, and good gameplay. So in other words, these fans are eating good this summer. Probably the game they've been looking forward to play all year. Now personally, as you all know, I'm a big fan of Zelda games, all sorts of Mario games, Pokemon, and the occasional indie game. Not really a Xenoblade fan myself. So to me, and like many, Nintendo was doing the worst possible job this summer. I mean, yes, we did get Mario Strikers, and we're told there was going to be free DLC in the future, but we went a whole month without hearing about it, and now that we did, we are only getting new characters, gear, and stadiums. Which is nice and all, but a new game mode would have made things much more sweeter. I have more to say on this, but I'll just stop right here. There are also plans for the Mario Kart 8 DLC Wave 2 tracks, but we have no idea when that will come out. I'm sure it's going to follow the Mario Strikers strategy and Nintendo's going to randomly announce it one of these Tuesday mornings and then release it that day or the next day or something like that. But we really don't know exactly when it will be. It could be this Tuesday or next Tuesday, or why not on a Monday or on a Wednesday? Come on, Nintendo, switch it up a bit. All I know is a lot of people are kind of waiting on this DLC announcement, but we have even more people waiting to get more news on Breath of the Wild 2. I was literally holding off on making Zelda videos because I believed we would get more info in June, but that didn't happen. Now, is it upsetting that we are left in the dark with these weird DLC announcement strategies and not knowing when we're gonna get more Breath of the Wild 2 news? Kind of, but I don't lose much sleep on it. If there's anything you get from this whole discussion, this rant, this confession session, whatever you want to call this, it's this. I feel like I'm at a point in my life that I believe that Nintendo as a company doesn't owe us anything. They don't need to give us a roadmap of when their games will be announced or when future DLC will be available. They don't owe it to us to make a game to the standard that we want. Nintendo is a company that makes games, and great games most of the time. And as a consumer, we choose to either buy them or not. Now, by the general consensus of the internet, a lot of people didn't like the route Nintendo took with Mario Strikers and they didn't buy it. And that is okay with Nintendo. And you want to know why that's okay with Nintendo? I'll let you know why with my final point. For every person on Twitter that said they didn't like the new Mario Strikers game and they were definitely not gonna buy it, there were at least 5, 6 to 12-year-olds that think that the new Mario Soccer football game is the best sports game ever, and their parents got it for them. We can be as loud as we can on the internet, but there's a whole other demographic and world that Nintendo is selling to, and they're doing a great job at it. I visited my 10-year-old nephew this summer, and this kid thinks Nintendo is the greatest thing ever. He has spent countless hours traversing Koholint Island and Link's Awakening. He loves playing random minigames in Mario Party, and he just loves running around as the Sans Mii costume in Smash Ultimate. He doesn't know about Nintendo Directs, he doesn't care about the future DLC updates, and he isn't aware that a lot of people don't like Nintendo's current state. Honestly, I wish I was a little bit more like my nephew in that aspect. To him, all Nintendo games are fun, and he has a great time playing with them. I guess that's the perk of being an innocent kid and enjoying games without any previous ties weighing you down and not letting you enjoy a game for what it is. But those are just my thoughts, and again, this might not be the most popular or most agreed on opinion, but hey, that's just me. And since this was more of a spitball of ideas and opinions, I want to know what you think as well. What do you think of Nintendo's current state and how they're doing things this summer? And do you agree or disagree with some of the points I made? Again, this is a new type of video, so if you enjoy this type of content, you know what, just drop a like down there and let me know. And let me know if you want to hear more of these type of conversations or discussions, or what I call it, confession sessions. maybe I'll title it that. It's got a very secretive side to it. Now we're currently at 2,300 subscribers. Man, this is, I wouldn't even think I would have been here 2 years ago when the channel started, but here we are, and it's all thanks to you guys. So here's to 2,400 subscribers. Thank you guys for the continuous support, and thank you all for the kind comments along the way. Look forward to more content. There might be a little Kirby video in the works for all you Kirby fans. Till next time, guys, I'm Ace Monkey. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.